Hi all and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to start off by saying a very warm thank you to everyone who keeps coming back and watching my content. It really means a lot. I am very pleased to know that people love to watch my stuff, whether that be afternoon tea videos or bag unboxing. I really enjoy creating the content for you, and it does make me want to produce a lot more. So today I have made a Chanel purchase. I have not purchased from Chanel in quite some time. The last purchase was in 2020. I went to the boutique in New Bond Street right before the pandemic kicked off, and I bought the Velvet Crush bag in the mini rectangular size. I fell in love with this bag. I thought it was so beautiful and I love the rhinestones on it. I just thought it was so amazing. However, I did not use this bag at all going through 2020. I think I used it like twice, and I decided to sell the bag. I've always looked at the classic flaps and thought they were beautiful. However, over the years they have escalated in price, and I just thought they were so unrealistic to obtain. I can put about 3,000 into a bag at Dior, and I have no problem with that. It is a splurge, but the prices of the classic flaps these days have really skyrocketed, and for the size of the bag, I just don't see the point. I bought the Velvet Crush for about 3,500 at the time, and I thought that this was okay, still a lot of money. However, when I did have it, I just thought that it wasn't practical for my style and I wasn't grabbing it at all. So I did sell that bag. It was a beautiful bag to look at, but I found it really hard to incorporate in my style. And as you know, everyone was a little bit more casual and relaxed at that period. So I had to part my ways with the bag. When I've always thought about Chanel, I've always thought about the classic flap in the leather styles. I've always had my eye on the large jumbo size classic flaps, and I particularly wanted one in black with gold hardware. At the time, they were quite expensive from the boutique as well, as it is the largest size bag. It's got the most leather on it. It is always going to be the highest price. So when I went for afternoon tea at the Blue Box Cafe, I was in Harrods and I went to the Chanel boutique and I asked the sales associate there if I could try on the jumbo size in black with gold hardware. I had to wait a little while to get a spot in there. It was about 20 minutes. When I did see the bag, she brought one out. She said it was, a little bit difficult to get the black. However, because it was the large size, it wasn't as hard as the medium. So she had one in stock, and she also brought me a pink one, which I thought was a little bit out there for the size. It just wasn't really singing to me very much. I tried on the black and I did like it. It was quite long. It sat quite low on me. And the only thing that I looked at that I thought that wasn't quite, giving me that joy was the leather. The leather, it felt very hard and structured, and it also was quite flat quilting. And I've seen quite a few of the jumbos, and I do prefer the ones that were a little bit puffier. And I asked her if she could get a puffier version of the black, but she said that no, this is all that they kind of produce at the moment for the black, even though the pink was a little bit puffier, and I did prefer the puffiness of the pink one. I just couldn't see myself getting the really flat quilting from the jumbo in the black. Anyway, I had to think about it. Obviously, the price was extortionate for the jumbo. Both of these bags were retailing in store for about 7,500. I think last time I checked in boutique, they were about 4.5 or about 5. I really wanted to make sure that I was getting the bag that I would really get a lot of use out of. So I decided to think about it, and I had a look at Vestiaire Collective. You know that I've bought from them before. I did want a more unused kind of, a bag that, somebody has bought and I haven't used very much and have kind of babied. I wanted to sort of make a saving on a relatively new bag. So I had a look and I was looking for quite a little while, and I found one that was new condition, barely used, which was 5,500, and I put in an offer. the person accepted. And that's what I have to show you today, my lovely new purchase from Chanel. Fragrance of the day today is this Apple Brandy by Kilian. I bought this a few months ago and it is divine. It has a very strong, very hint of apple, but it gives you a lot of brandy notes. And I find that this is a real sophisticated scent. But this is the box. You can see it is quite large and there's a camellia flower here. And this feels very soft. It almost feels like rubber. Here's the packaging, which is kind of just being repackaged. And when we open this dust bag, it's so soft. The large jumbo classic flat bag in black with gold hardware. This bag, unboxed it really quickly, but I just want to have an inspection. So the leather is so soft, it's beautiful. The hardware does not look like it has any signs of wear. This condition is fabulous. There's still a sticker here, and I don't know whether or not it's a good thing to keep them on. I keep the plastics on my Lady Dior's. However, the stickers I think can trap a little bit of moisture and they can corrode the hardware. So I think I might end up taking that one off. There is like no corner wear. The back of the bag. The leather is really soft. I think this owner looked after it really well. I managed to find this seller in the UK, which is fantastic because it means that I saved so much on taxes. With Vestiaire, it can get a little bit pricey if you're shopping outside of the UK. So I always kind of filter to make sure that all of my searches are going to be from the UK, just so I save that little bit more and don't get too distracted. Open up the bag, there's just a little felt protector here and there's a zip pocket. I know a lot of you know how Coco Chanel kind of designed the bag for, you know, little purposes that she had. The top pocket here was for love notes, silly things like that. In today's age, you wouldn't really use it for that. See, there's a Vestiaire collective. Thank you for creating the future of fashion with us. Yes, recycling fashion, and you can see it was inspected by Scarlett. So if I remove this, that means that I have to keep it, which I will be anyway. So this is just showing that it's been checked by Vestiaire through their authentication process. The reason why I decided to get the gold hardware is because with my Lady Dior's, I find that the champagne hardware is so easy to wear, and it doesn't really matter what jewelry I have or what clothing I'm wearing. I can pretty much always style them with that type of hardware. This gold I think is very similar, however I think it's slightly warmer than the Lady Dior's. The Lady Dior's have a very faint gold hardware, except for the recent one that I bought, which I think is an older style. I think that this is from either 2014 to 2018. It is in very good condition. I don't think the seller was using it very much, and I just think that is so special. Like, you can find these bags everywhere, all over the internet. There's so many people selling the jumbos, and I just think that if you can get a good deal, a good offer, it's perfect. For me, this size works perfectly. Also went ahead and bought this organizer, and this is just to go inside to protect the leather. The leather is in such great condition inside this bag, so I thought let's just get a protector for it. So this is all felt, simply just replicates what's inside the bag, but in felt. You can see the organizer in there. So here is my Dior Carabag, which I bought a few months ago. And this bag is so special to me. I find that whenever I'm dressed really lightly, or if I just want something easy to carry, then I grab this bag. This is such an easy bag to use. I find that it's one of the easiest because of the size is so large. You can fit so much in there. I've got a bit of stuffing in there, but it's just one large compartment, a zip pocket at the back, and then you've also got a little flap. So they're very similar. However, this one does not have the double flap. And I think the double flap just preserves the shape of the bag. You can see that my bag has started to concave in a little bit. The structure is a little bit softer. The leather on this is just beautiful. It's still holding up really well, and I always stuff it when I'm not using it. The Chanel Jumbo is obviously a lot more structured. It holds its shape quite well. You can see that it is slightly bigger also, so the Jumbo stands a lot taller. I think both of them would hold quite similar amounts. This is quite taller, so you could probably stack things above and still manage to put the flap over. Sometimes when I overpack this one, it doesn't fit as much and it kind of stretches out the back. So that's what I prevent from happening usually. So you can see it kind of sits here on me. It's a good kind of height. Crossbody is quite low. Still on me it's quite low, but I think this is quite a nice height. When you are wearing this one, it kind of snugly fits right underneath the armpits, which is really good, whereas this one is a little bit more, it's just a little bit longer. For something like this, you have so many options on the secondhand market. Getting the gold hardware was a little bit difficult, I must admit, and the silver actually retails for a lot less. So usually the silver will go a lot easier. You can negotiate a bit more as well, but the gold hardware, because many people love Chanel's gold hardware, it is a little bit harder to obtain. So that is all for my video of my unboxing of my new Chanel bag. I'm very excited to use this. I think that it's going to replace my everyday bag for now. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Now I'm going to be showing you a video that I put together on how to style the Jumbo Classic Flap in 2022.